My third eye is open. Now what? During November of 2017, after 12 months of meditating twice a day and abstaining from sex, I succeeded in opening my third eye. It's December 2020, and my third eye is open for 3 years. And all I can say is what a disappointing, disillusioning experience. The biggest shock to me is that your third eye is not actually an eye that you see with. You cannot control what is happening to you. All you can do is observe. The best way to describe this process is that you have received an upgrade to a new level and now have to learn to master it. So what did happen? Well, as my third eye opened, my spirit guides were there waiting and ushered me into a tunnel. Your previous lives enter in your body, an emerging process begins. I started receiving messages from the other side. Your 5 senses develop to new levels. Your current personality traits intensify. Energy appears in the shape of thick, dense smoke. I have seen turquoise blue and cerise pink. Not even sure what this means. Months pass between events, so you have to be patient and keep meditating. What did not happen? I did not receive a supernatural gift. I was not plagued by evil spirits. The third eye is not an eye that you see with. I'm a Christian and my faith was not influenced. On the contrary, everything becomes very real and your faith deepens. Okay, so what bad things happened during the past 3 years? Shortly after my third eye opened, I had birds dive bombing into my car, killing themselves on impact. I could hear their skulls crashing. It was traumatic, but fortunately stopped after a few weeks. One day after returning from the astral plane, I got attacked by someone carrying a laser gun. During July 2020, I noticed someone had placed a symbol at the entrance of the tunnel. It was a circle with a cross inside, made of iron, and it appeared rusted. It looked like a very old symbol. I assume it's to block my development and stop me from sharing my experience with the world. So let's start at the beginning. How did I know my third eye was open? I've always had the ability to see, even before my third eye was opened. It was like looking in a mirror. I could see myself and I could see my third eye trying to open, and on the third attempt it opened fully. At this stage it looked like an animal eye, possibly an owl eye, with no eyeball. It opened up into space. It was like looking into the universe. And you actually never see the eye again. So this is definitely not about an eye. As the third eye opened, my guides were there waiting, and they ushered me into a tunnel. The energy flowing into the tunnel was fast and amazing to watch. I was hesitant to climb into the tunnel, thinking it may be a trap. I did climb in, but then panicked and got out again. A few weeks later, I climbed back into the tunnel. I was crawling at a snail's pace down this tunnel, surrounded by energy moving the same direction. For about 10 months, I was moving down this tunnel, not knowing what to expect. The next minute, I saw a very bright, pulsating, spinning white ball of light, the size of a golf ball, coming from deep inside the tunnel, moving at lightning speed, and past me. I turned round and followed it. As the light exited the entrance of the tunnel, it burst into blinding white light surrounding me. With this white light, the effect was blinding. Now, the other thing that happened was the previous life. So about 12 months after opening my third eye, one day, I noticed all my previous lives around me, roughly between 30 lives. Not hundreds of or thousands as some people claim. They just appeared. My spirit was walking among them, admiring them, recognizing some of them from pictures in history books. I was amazed and had no idea I'd been these people. I was astonished. The next minute, they grouped together to my right, flew up as one above my crown chakra, hesitated for a second, and then entered me via the crown chakra. For weeks and months now, I've been struggling with this inner conflict and turmoil as these lives seem to be fighting for dominance. On occasions, I have noticed that as I'm about to say something or handle something, I seem to hesitate for a second and then all of a sudden handle the situation completely different to what I would have done previously. So it's nearly as if these lives are coaching me. That's the best way to describe it. The other thing I experienced was receiving messages. Since my third eye is open, I've only received 3 messages, so don't get too excited too quickly. It is as if someone has typed on a continuous line. The message comes floating across the universe, and when it's near you, it pops into your head, and you immediately know what it says. You don't actually read the message. So the first message I received was just some background. 40 years ago, while I was at university, some girls got expelled and nobody knew who reported them. Their lives were ruined and destroyed because of this action. So the message stated that the person who destroyed these girls' life will now get destroyed. The second message, one of my friends were impersonating me, but I should not worry about it because the police already know. The third message I received, I asked God, what purpose is my life? And the answer I received was karma. Now, before the merging of the previous lives took place, I noticed that I was changing from the inside and I had no control over it. All you can do is observe. One of the first things I noticed is my ability to write had improved significantly. Although I was very good at expressing myself verbally, I've always struggled to express myself in written form, but all of a sudden it just pours out of me. I had a bee flying around in my bedroom one night, and I could actually hear his wings vibrate. Although I'm still eating meat, my desire for fresh, raw fruits and vegetables increased daily. This morning I had a smoothie made with pear and banana. I could not mesmerize enough over the taste of this pear. I also find a desire to chew my food. It's like you want to remember the experience for eternity. A little while ago, I was desiring beef and had a hamburger and could not stop marveling over the taste of the beef. It's like you're trying to memorize the experience for eternity. I walked past a woman wearing a beautiful perfume, and I actually stopped in my tracks, and I just mesmerized in the smell, and in a trying to put in a memory bank for eternity. It reminded me of some of the vampire movies where the vampire is consumed by the smell. It's very similar. Your ability to smell intensifies to new levels. Near my cottage, where I live, is a bush of small little yellow flowers, and the stench coming from this bush is unbearable. What I realized is that there was actually an evil spirit living in the bush, and I could actually smell him. I definitely need less sleep, and I'm full of energy and having vivid and very strange dreams. Just give an example. I dreamt recently I had a very large blackhead on my back. And as I was moving closer to push it, the blackhead started to move. And the next minute, a mother spider with all her babies literally rolled out of this blackhead, and they all fell to the ground. And I had hundreds of thousands of little spiders running around, but I was not afraid. I just stood there and marveled at the sight I was witnessing. So what on earth that means, I don't know. Quality in my personality that concerns me the most is how my anger issues are getting out of control. My aggression levels are alarming high, similar to road rage. The way I'm handling it is by telling myself I'm not this person, and then the feeling seems to dissipate. I am drinking at least 10 times more water than before, and I seem to prefer ice water. I definitely prefer water to coffee and cool drinks and fruit juices. I'm very conscious of my surroundings. I notice every bird, every butterfly, every flower, every tree. I notice the changes. It's just amazing. It's like you're marveling in nature. I'm making a bigger effort to look nice, and I'm wearing color, where before I mostly wore black. In conclusion, I carry on meditating twice a day and abstaining from sex, which I know is very hard, and just observe what is happening to me. You cannot control or stop this process, no matter what people tell you. All you can do is go with the flow. The main reason I wanted to open my third eye was to discover why the powers at play are trying to block us from opening our third eye. At this stage, the only reason I possibly have at this stage is that perhaps when all your lives merge, it could indicate that this is your last life, but I'm not sure. Maybe it's to keep us trapped in the matrix. Please watch out for my next video. If you liked this video, please like and share, subscribe. Let me know if there's any questions. Thank you very much.